Hey, Todd here. Have you ever had a project or an idea, something you wanted to try for either Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, whatever you, TikTok, whatever you wanted to do, and you knew you needed to mic up some people and you didn't have the budget to go out and buy some wireless lav mics? Well, I might have a fix for that. A company just sent me some lav mics to test, a company named Fifine, and I'm actually using the lav mic right here, right now. So we're going to test this thing against the Rode mics that I have and some distances, and it's got noise canceling on there. And we're just going to run through the whole thing and see what they look like. But let's take a look at what you get in the box. Okay, we get an owner's manual, which is nice. Connection cables for your phone, your iPad, and the camera, which is good. Charging cable. A couple furry mic cover windscreens, which is great. Got to have those. And the charging case with 2 mics and 1 receiver. So now you've seen what you get in the kit. So now I'm going to take it out on the street, hook it up to my iPhone, walk around a little bit, compare it to my Rode Wireless Pros. And this thing also has a little button on here for noise cancellations. We're going to see how that works, if there's a difference. This is a very affordable kit for under 60 bucks. I'm really curious to see how the sound is, comparison, but really affordable, I think, at under $60 on Amazon. So let's go give this thing a listen. Okay, we're starting out with the Fifine mic, the M9, and seeing how it sounds. I've got the little button on here for the noise cancellation to be working. Got a little bit of street noise going on as we're walking through Selwood here. Nice fall day, Halloween as a matter of fact. So we're seeing what that sounds like, and we're going to go to, now I'm going to turn off the, so now I've turned off the noise canceling portion on there. We'll see what that sounds like. Got a motorcycle going by, which is kind of cool. Let's see what that sounds like. And now we'll go back to turning on the noise cancellation. Decided to use the Osmo Pocket 3 setup here, which you can see, which makes it nice. So I'm able to hook the receiver up on the side of the Osmo there. Going to switch over to the Rode Wireless Pros now. So now I've got the Rode Wireless mic on here, and listening to that. A little bit of road noise. Kind of a cool area there, the theater down here. And see what it sounds like against all the road noise and everything going on. Really cool door right here at the end of this bar. It's really cool area right there. Okay, now I think we'll make a switch to the DJI mic that came with the Osmo Pocket 3, and we'll see what it sounds like. Okay, now I've got the Rode Wireless Pro back on here. Gonna head to the end of the block and see if it still works. I don't know. And definitely halfway to the end of the block. Okay, just about to the end. All right, I'm at the end of the block, headed back. Okay, and we're back. Okay, switching to the M9 now. Okay, now we're back to the Fifine M9, and head to the end of the block and see how it works. Okay, I've made it to the end. Now headed back. Okay. Just about back. Okay, that was a good test. So now let's head back to the studio. So that block was 260 feet long, and according to the specs on the mic, the M9, it's only supposed to go 100 feet without interference, so I more than doubled that. So we'll have to see if it still worked on that or not. After getting back to the studio, I realized it wasn't very smart that the DJI mic that I'm using right now was dead. Poor planning on my part. I should have definitely checked that before I went out. So we're going to try and duplicate that distance right here and see what we come up with. So I'm going to walk roughly as far as I was on the other test, which is about 260 feet or so. It was quite a ways. So I'm going to do the same thing here and see what I come up with. So somewhere in here, I think is about how far away I was. Close enough, I think, to see if this is still working. Okay, and back. So we'll see if it disconnected, how it worked, how it sounded, but at least I got it tested. I think next up, I'm going to hook up both mics and see how that sounds, get my wife involved, get her to do a little bit of filming with me. So we're using both mics now with the M9 with the noise canceling off at this point, because I did a little test, didn't like the sound of the noise canceling being on. I think it's better with it off. You could say something.
I have nothing to add to that. I don't know.
Nothing to add. We're just testing them out, doing a little walk in the neighborhood. It's really nice that you get the two mics in the kit for under 60 bucks. It's a really affordable price to have two mics when you're doing a walk and talk with two people. I got to come up with another question to ask her so I get her on
You
sound.
can never shut me up, and all of a sudden I have nothing to say. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting. This is cool right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead and walk through this.
Make sure you pick your feet up.
Like I said, it's really a good feature to get two mics for this price. In case you're having, to mic up a couple people is really nice. And if one goes dead, you've got the option to grab the other one and mic the person up. Save some time. So now I'm doing a test using the iPhone. This is using the iPhone's mic and not the M9. So now we'll hook up the M9 and see what it sounds like hooked up to the iPhone. So now I've got the M9 hooked up. I have the noise canceling turned off right now. So we'll see what this sounds like versus just the iPhone mic itself. Doing another test here on the iPhone, which I haven't used it connected to the iPhone yet. So I've got the M9 and I've got it placed where they recommended in the instructions. On the other testing throughout the last couple days or whatever, I had it a little more further down on the jacket or wherever, hoodie, whatever. So I decided to try it where they've got it placed. And then we'll do a little quick sound check with just the iPhone mic as well. Now just recording using the iPhone mic and seeing how this sounds in comparison to the M9. So I've been recording with the Fifine M9 system last couple days. I think it's really pretty good for the price point and the fact that you get two transmitters and the one receiver, and on the receiver you've got your, you can see the volume output control of whichever A or B mic you have there, and that it's synced. You got that showing up as well. And on the side you've got A and B buttons and the power button, so you can, these are where you control the volume of each one. And on the other side you've got the sync button, which I had no trouble. I mean, immediately I opened the box, they synced right up. I never had to touch the sync at all. And there's this mode button, MS. We're recording on this obviously right now. And then there's the turning the noise cancellation on now versus we were recording with it off. And I think what I found in testing and listening to stuff so far, I like it off better than on. So we'll click that off now. Yeah, and then put that back down there. Yeah, you get the two windscreens, the little fuzzy guys for the windscreens, and the connection cables, and the nice case, which is nice. And you get the charging case as well, which goes right there. And then you just USB-C to charge this guy up, and then you can drop these guys in there, and then they charge while they're in the case. And I've had on in the studio for probably 5 hours, and it was still fine. They were still powered up. So it says up to 6 hours on here, 5 to 6 hours of use. So I used it, you know, like I said, up to 5 hours, and we still had power going. The one negative thing is that there's no way to tell what the battery level is, what your charge level is on there. There's no indicator for that. There is an indicator that shows that the battery's getting low. I don't know if you saw it on the receiver or send transmitter. The little flashing red light, that's telling you the battery is getting low. There just isn't an indicator like you see a lot of times. It'll look like a little AAA battery that the thing's clicking down like that and you can see the levels. There just isn't any of that. But you do have some indicators. This little blue light right here, when you see that's on, that means it's synced to the receiver. Well, if that's flashing, it's not syncing to the receiver and you just need to resync it real quick. And if the red light is solid on this other side, that means it's muted. It's still synced, but it's muted. So those are your little indicators that are on there. And then you've got, when it's in the case, if it shows a green light, that means it's charging in there, and that'll be off when it's fully charged. So that's your little battery, your little indicator lights that are on the transmitters themselves. And also, you can use this thing, interview mic thing, you can use the little clip right here, and it drops right in. And you can put the thing over the top here, which should just slide right on. There we go. Then you can do a little interview setup like this. I bought this thing for another job where we were kind of do a fake interview, street interview thing, and I've never used it since, but it was only like $14.99 on Amazon. So I get to use it now and see if it, you know, a little like I'm doing an interview type situation. These things I think are a good value. I've got the Rode Wireless Pros, and they sound really good, you know, but they're $250 for that kit, where this kit for under $57.99 on Amazon is a really good price to get yourself a couple lav mics. You cannot hook up any additional like lapel mics to these, which I don't have anything. And the USB on the bottom, I do believe it's just for charging these guys. It's not for hooking up a lav mic, a lapel mic that would go in here and then you can hide this thing. I'm not aware you could do, I don't have any mics that hook up like that. And as far as I can tell, this is just for charging. It won't send any data like that. And there's no backing up, there's no backup data on this like there are on the Rode Wireless Pros. But that's not a big deal if you're recording straight to your camera or your phone or what have you, your iPad. You're recording right there anyway, so you've got the copy there. There are definitely some differences between the DJI, the Rode, and the M9. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I did really like the way it sounded when I put it in this little interview mic thing. Yeah, I'll put a link to them in below so you can get yourself a pair, especially if you're on a budget. I think these are really good if you're on a budget and need to mic up yourself and be away from the camera and not use the camera's onboard mic, and you need to, have two people talking and clearly hear them. And again, I didn't alter this sound at all. I didn't put it through anything to make it sound better or sound different. There's all kinds of things you can do in all, your different Premiere Pro or DaVinci or whatever you're using, Final Cut. There's ways to alter sound, but this, I didn't do any of that. And again, I'll leave a link where you can purchase this below. Like, subscribe, I appreciate that, all that business. And until next time, I'm out. And thanks again for watching.